What up? It's Gamer2923A coming at you with another brand new hot take video. Unscripted this time because, quite frankly, the game I'm talking about doesn't deserve the time I'm going to put into writing a script. I'm talking about Stormgate. It recently released into, like, early access, but for people who pay money, which is me because I'm dumb. I've been following Stormgate for quite a while before it was like majorly announced at whatever stupid festival it was, where I think it was a Jeff Keighley place where he came on stage and he was like,
Have it, Tim. Congratulations. Stormgate is real. We have a name and some details.
I love Starcraft, I love RTS games, I love strategy games. I will support this, and I bought the early access, not the early access, the Kickstarter. I pledged. It was a fair amount of money. It was like a full priced $60 game, which gave me access to like all of the heroes and like a fair chunk of their story content that they were doing. And it recently just came out, and I was really excited for it because all the updates I saw looked good. I played a few of their previews, but didn't get too deep in because it was a lot of like 1v1 competitive, and I don't like it. It's odd. Normally I like games. It takes a lot for me to actually go out of my way to be like, I do not like this, but weirdly enough this one just didn't land with me. I don't know why. It just doesn't have that punch, that something. It feels very sterile. It doesn't feel like a complete game, which it sounds weird to say because it's in early access. It doesn't feel like a complete game, but early access isn't like it was back in like 2015. In the 2015 early access, you expected it to have like massive features missing. Stormgate doesn't feel like that. There is stuff in it. You know, it has like a chapter 1. It has cinematics, if you could call them that. Like, it has voice acting. It has seemingly thought out units and armies and a meta strategy to go alongside it. I think the issue I have with it is that it's not seemingly targeted to people like me, people who like playing strategy games alone. It very much feels like they're trying to cash in on the massive esports scene that came up around Starcraft 2. Starcraft 2 very infamously, if you don't know, hello, welcome. If it's your first time on the internet, it very famously very famously had a massive esports following. It was one of the big esports games for years. It's like not anymore. But I think that's what they were going for with this. And I feel like it's so obvious within every aspect of the game, from the fact that the campaign is so short. Like, the first mission of chapter 0 is just the tutorial level, right? Oh, click here you go, here's how you move a unit, here's how you kill stuff. And then mission 2 is here's how you build like a base, and here's how you build units. That should be just one mission, surely. Like, here's how you move a unit. Oh, now here's a thing. Now go to this base and kill this guy, and then it launches you off into the story. But that's not what happens. I feel like I haven't finished the 3rd mission. I probably will when I capture footage for this rambling recording that I'm making. But like, it doesn't have like a coherent idea for what it wants to be other than a success. It feels like it's built to be successful, but not in a way that you actually get success. It's built in a way to be successful into how an executive thinks something should be successful. And I just don't think that's going to work. They posted this like infographic of, oh, here's like the first couple of days since we launched, isn't this amazing? And over nearly 50% of people were playing the campaign mode and playing on their own, because I feel like that's how. I don't want to make grand generalizations, but I feel like if you're playing an RTS game, you're probably an introvert who doesn't like other people or want to play with them. There are specific times when you do want to play competitively in an RTS. Don't get me wrong, like, genuinely there are times when fighting against somebody, it's like chess, kind of like video game chess, isn't it, when you're playing a strategy game. But I feel like this game isn't designed for solo play. When I was playing, I couldn't find a mode to play just on my own against AI. There was the campaign, there was the weird 3-player co-op mode, which I don't understand, and I don't want to play to understand how it works, because fighting one person is daunting enough for me in an RTS, but playing alongside 2 other people who I don't know, it just seems so odd. And everyone else I know doesn't like playing RTS games, so I'm going to be playing on my own anyway. So I don't understand who that's for. I assume that's for like group of friends who want to play RTS in new ways. I know this game is going free to play after its like initial like preview week early access thing that you get for being a Kickstarter. It's not a good sign. I'm looking on the Steam page right now. It's not a good sign, because a lot of the reviews are people who have this like early access preview, who have paid money to play the game, are saying it's not very good, and it's not a thing you want from an early access launch of the game. These days there are roads to redemption. No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk, they're the big 2 that everyone talks about. I feel like Fallout 76 is getting a little bit of that redemption now, despite the fact it's trash. But from a game that isn't from a massive studio, this feels like a misstep, and it feels like a desperation move specifically. What set me off against the game initially, before I'd even played it, was I wanted to equip some of the nice skins that I got. I couldn't figure out, I still haven't figured it out how to do that. I paid for this shit. I want to be able to use it. I don't know how to use it. It seems it might be multiplayer only, which sucks. But when I went into the store to see if I could equip it from the store, I found out that despite the fact I paid a fair amount of money for this, there were 2 things in the store that I had to buy to get. And oh my god, I mean, like, microtransactions in a preview week of an early access game for the first game of a studio that just fucking like, what are you doing? What is going on with that? That's ridiculous. That's insane. Okay, just coming in quickly here, because they have like come out about this backlash, which other people have been saying. They are releasing their next paid hero for free. They're not giving the current paid hero out for free because they don't want the players who bought him to feel cheated, which feels a bit odd. Just refund them, because they're probably backers as well, so that feels weird and a bit exploitative. They also mentioned how the cutscene characters were based on their game models to be seen from like the actual game itself, not from cutscenes, and that they're gonna improve production timelines to get the models to look better quicker, because everyone has been flaming them for how bad they looked, which I don't know why that wasn't something you would do right before launching into early access. The number of people that are going to have this as their first look at the game is going to be a fair amount, I would assume. So, you know, it feels like another misstep. The statement mentioned some other stuff which isn't as interesting or as relevant to what I'm saying I had issues with the game. My issues are mainly on how the campaign feels lackluster and how the microtransactions feel egregious for an early access game. I haven't seen something like this in a long time. So yeah, that's it. There's some other stuff here, but I don't really care. I'll put it on the screen. Until then, I'll go back to your regularly scheduled programming of me ranting about this game at a different point in time. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Oh my god, I mean, like, microtransactions in a preview week of an early access game for the first game of a studio that just fucking like, what are you doing? What is going on with that? That's ridiculous. That's insane. I don't understand that at all. That seems so counterintuitive to the kind of environment you'd want to build for a community. And they are. I'm part of their Discord. I muted all their stupid channels because I don't want to see people chat shit all the time. There's like thousands of people in there. But I'm going in there, and they desperately want to build a community around this game. And I was there for it. I wanted to see what was I wanted to see what was happening. And it wasn't good that when I got my preview code as part of their beta access, they were running a tournament. They were running a paid-for tournament. And it seems like this game isn't designed to be an RTS. It's designed to be a cash cow. It's designed for esports. And that's perfectly fine. I just don't think esports games happen. I don't think you build a game to be an esport. I think every time you've built a game with the intent to be an esport, I'm thinking Lawbreakers here. I'm thinking law. That's the game I'm thinking. When you build a game specifically designed to be for esports and for competitive play, you lose the casual player that would like it. And right now, this isn't a game that I would like to play. In fact, I literally am debating stopping my Activision boycott to install Starcraft 2 again, because it just made me want to play a good RTS, because this isn't. And of course, again, it's a massive asterisk, because I know if anyone sees this who loves this game and is bought into it like I am, they could be like, oh well, it's early access, we can't, they're still in development, we can't judge. But I feel like it's the foundation itself. They're coming at this from a place that isn't genuine. And even though there are ex-Blizzard people involved in this, it doesn't feel like one of those times where it's like, oh, these are developers that I love. You know, like Tim Schafer's gone off to make this new studio away from LucasArts. Everyone loves his games. Everyone goes and follows him. This feels more like Back 4 Blood, where the developers who made Left 4 Dead are making a new Left 4 Dead, and then it turns out Back 4 Blood sucks and no one likes it, which is another game I played. Luckily that was during its open beta. But with this one, I would not recommend buying this game. If you are interested in an RTS and you wanna see this or give it a shot, wait until August 13th. My better thing would be to play an RTS that is actually good. Most of the good ones are super cheap because they're ancient. Like the Red Alert games. I love Red Alert 3. I think it's one of the tackiest, most ridiculous games of all time. Go and play that one. Because even though it's not deep, it's fun. And that's what you want from an RTS, or just any game, really, don't you? You want a game that is fun. They remade the original Command and Conquer. You know, that's like a thing. That's EA. EA did that. How? I don't understand. Age of Empires, they're all on Game Pass. Go and get that. You know, if you're a fan of, if you want a sci-fi game that isn't like, you know, like set on Earth or historical, there's that. I haven't played it, but there's that Dune one, Spice Wars. I think, like that could be good. Maybe go give that a shot. Probably also sucks, but at least that's finished and that has like a level of polish that you can understand. With Stormgate, there's no sense that this will get better. I think with every early access game, you have to have the sense that it could get worse. There are many times where early access games just they're not very good. And this is one of them, and I don't think it's going to get much better. I think there is room for improvement, definitely, but I don't feel like in like a year we're going to look back on the launch of Stormgate and go, oh well, that's a completely different game. Like, launch Stormgate is comparable to launch Cyberpunk. They've completely, I feel like in like 2 years time we're going to be looking at the launch of Stormgate and be going, yeah, that's about where we are today. Okay, right. That was my little rant about Stormgate, unscripted, as you can see by probably the length of the video from after I cut this down. There's a reason why I script my stuff. So yeah, if you want to hear me talk about other stuff, go watch my other videos. If you don't, that's fair enough. You know, there's a lot of videos out there in the world. You're probably like, I'm not the best. So yeah, thank you for watching. I don't know how to end this. I assume I've got like stuff coming up. I'm fading to black on like stuff, and then like my little title screen is coming up to say please subscribe, and then have the cards showed up yet? Like the YouTube cards? No? Oh, okay. Okay, good. I'll see you. Goodbye.